And tonight, the Hammered Down Racing Xfinity Series takes on Las Vegas Motor Speedway out in Las Vegas, Nevada, Sin City. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am HDRS Canute 907. Joining me tonight in the booth is HDRS Biker OG. Biker, we had one heck of a race last week at Auto Club, and tonight is shaping up to be just as exciting of a race.
Oh, and thank you, Canute. And yes, I believe it is really going to be a great race tonight. If it's anything like last week, these guys are going to be going hard at it. And ladies and gentlemen, yes, we are at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, 15 miles north of Las Vegas in Clark County, Nevada. We're at a 1.5-mile oval that started racing NASCAR here in 1996. This oval has 20-degree banking around the corners, 9 degrees on the backstretch, and 12 degrees on the tri-oval. There's a capacity here of 80,000 people, and it's going to be an exciting night of racing. So grab your popcorn, your sodas, your beers, whatever you enjoy, and get ready for some hot and heavy racing tonight. Canute, what do you think?
Well, I think that tonight's going to be a fantastic race as well. We've got several competitors out there that are looking to prove themselves, several newbies, and of course, we have some top guys that are regulars in this league that are looking to just show that they belong in the Cup Series next year if they weren't drafted this season. Couple of the top guys in the point standings right now, they had to step away last season for one reason or another, but those two guys are sitting at the top of the point standings. So here's how it looks after two races. Lando Extendo is the only one that's locked in to the playoffs that start in approximately 12 weeks after this week. He has 2 wins so far, two races in, 2 wins. He's the only one that's won. He's going for 3 in a row tonight. He leads the point standings. Playboy Icy is sitting second with 95 points. THC Drip Rev S, he is third in points, 11 points behind Icy. Jim Milton, he's been showing his strength as well as of late. He's actually tied for third with THC Drip Rev. We also know him as Rye. Dunlap is fifth with 69 points. Mikey Danman Sr., he's got 59 points. HDRS MF Brown has 54 points, 5 points behind him. Then Woody, your son, he's a part-timer. He's got 35 points. HDRS West Bowen, he's a rookie this season. He has 28 points. S12 Tasker, he raced at Talladega, missed last week. He's sitting in 10th with 26 points. Pro Hit Pace Car, he joined us last week for the first time. He's got 24 points in 11th. And sitting on the playoff bubble right now is Cali Boy 831. He has 23 points, 2 points above the cutoff line, above Exotic Vision.
So that was a great rundown of the points, and I'll tell you, and it's a tough game there up at the top. And like I said before, these guys are going to run this track. They're going to run it hard. This track has 2 lanes. Most guys could go through the bottom and through the top in 1 and 2, but most of them will be hanging low in 3 and 4. And for tonight's starting lineup, folks, I give you Canute.
All right, so at this time, our starting lineup looks like this. Lando Extendo was able to grab the pole with a 30.590 second lap. That's an average speed of 176.528 miles an hour. Starting in second in the number 5 machine will be Playboy Icy. He has a lap of 30.635 seconds, just a little bit under or a little bit over 400ths of a second slower than Lando, with an average speed of 176.269 miles an hour. Milton wasn't that far off either. He's he turned in a lap of 30.647 seconds with an average speed of 176.2 miles an hour. Forensic will be starting in the fourth spot in the 74 car. He turned in a lap of 30.751 seconds. Starting in fifth will be U.S. Trek Enterprise. He's a rookie, making it for his first start of the season. He will be starting in fifth with a lap of 30.950 seconds, with a lap of 174.475 miles an hour. HDRS MF Brown starting in sixth in the 16 car with a lap of 30.958 seconds and an average speed of 174.430. Rounding out the qualifying order, at least for those who actually qualified, is HDRS Wes Bowen. He turned a lap of 31.634 seconds with an average speed of 170.702. We're starting to get a plethora of invites to the race.
Yes, they're telling me we have about 15 seconds until it starts.
All right, sounds good. So while we're loading up, Biker, you want to go ahead and tell us about the track that is Las Vegas Motor Speedway?
Sure, I'll be more than happy to. This is an asphalt track here in Las Vegas. It's a track that can wear your tires if you're not paying attention to what you're doing. Going high in 1 and 2 will save them a little bit, but of course the preferred line is low. But we will see side-by-side racing tonight through those two corners.
Join.
But the trick here is to make sure that those tires last. The deal, and pitting is going to be really serious too. There's going to be some pitting strategy here. These guys are going to get about 19.5 miles per tank, and I believe their first stage is 39 laps. So the second stage, 37 laps. So they're going to have to watch and ride that gas to the end. I know they've already started. I'm still getting in. Go ahead, Canute.
All right, so waiting to load in here. Looks like they just started on Barry Springer's, a.k.a. Dark Knight stream. We're still loading in here. Thank you for joining us tonight for the Las Vegas 150. 100 laps around this 1.5 mile speedway. As they come off turn 4, looks like it is going to be Lando. Just no, never mind. That was Icy.
Oh, it looked like it was Icy. Crossed the line first there. And so now you have Jim Milton pushing Lando in the 68. Icy has moved in front of. That's your top three: Icy, Lando, and Jim Milton.
You know, Jim has been impressing me so far this season. He had a lot of speed at Auto Club Speedway. May have made a little bit of contact with some guys last week, but you know what? I think he's gonna have a good run so far this season. If anyone is gonna give either Icy or Lando a run for their money this season out of these Xfinity Series regulars, it is going to be Jim Milton in that number 9 machine.
And right behind Jim Milton, we have a rookie. It's Trek Enterprise in the 061 there, right behind Jim Milton. So here's a new guy that I've seen in a couple races that is pretty fast. If he can hold the whole race together, stay out of trouble, he could be another one that'll be right at the front at the end of this race.
You know, Trek Enterprise, he's racing not only in the Xfinity Series, but he's racing in the trucks as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what this guy can do. I've heard that he is pretty quick in the trucks, but how well he's going to do in the Xfinity Series, again, with this race being his first race, still remains to be seen.
And there we have, right behind Trek Enterprise, one of our Cup drivers, Dark Knight, who I suppose will probably be up at the front most of the night and could seriously, if people aren't paying attention, he could take the win here at Las Vegas.
Dark Knight, one of the Cup Series regulars in that number 4 machine, looking pretty sharp in his his favorite color combination, black and green. That's a 08. That's
Oh,
THC
the
Rev Drip.
08. That is right. He has lost it and is pulling down to the
And
infield.
then Big Country in the wall there as well. That's going to be a manual caution, I'm sure. So
Basically, what they're going to do for a manual caution, folks, is they're going to race back around to the line
never mind.
and
That's
then
an in-game
relax
caution.
off. Is it a non-gamer?
Yeah, that's an in-gamer.
Okay. Well, I'll explain the manual cautions while we were talking about it. They will race back around to the line, release off the gas, slow down to 60 miles an hour. They'll all drop into the pits, come out of the pits, go back on the back straightaway, use the choose rule, low line or high line, and then come to the restart zone and restart the race there. So we have a Cali boy in the pit area, I see. I think Pit Pro Racer was involved in that little accident himself.
Yeah, looks like we had quite a few guys slow way up there. Looks like we also have a guy that's already fallen out. That's the number 21 of Cali Boy 831, driving the number 21 machine.
Well, for some reason, Jim Milton moved over and let everybody by.
Jim may not have. Did he start up front or?
He was right on the pole of the restart. He pulled out of the way and let everybody by. I wonder if he didn't take a pit.
He might also have a lag issue going on. They didn't race that many laps, so I'm kind of surprised that he decided to let everybody by like that. But
yeah, you can see that he's trailing the field back there. But right now, we have Lando Extendo out front. We have Playboy Icy behind him. And we have Dark Knight behind Icy with Trek Enterprise behind Dark Knight.
We're going to go on board with Big Country. Big Country basically in the back right now, kind of chasing down. That's MF Brown is the 89. That's Wes Bowen.
Looks like we have a lagger.
Yeah, that's Wes Bowen in the 89 lagging. That's been called out. As per league rules, if you are lagging, you do need to drop back to the back of the pack and let the field by and let your equipment basically sort itself out. Try and work out your let it work out its issues, and then if you haven't lagged for a while, you can get back to going at full speed as we ride along with Big Country, the 08 of THC Drip Rev S. Going by, and I believe that's for
right at the
spot.
Front, we have three cars that are really battling out up here, as we have Lando in first, Icy in second, and Dark in third, and you could cover them up with an ice cream cone, I'm telling you.
Lando to the lead for the first time in this race. Playboy Icy trying to rob the number 68 machine of his first win. At least that's one of the Playboy, or excuse me, one of the Xfinity Series regulars that can lock himself in with a win. The car behind Dark Knight, he's a Cup Series regular, so even if he wins as the 16 goes around,
even if Dark Knight wins, it doesn't matter and doesn't account against anybody in Xfinity.
Nope.
In fourth place, we do have Trek Enterprise trying to hold on, and I can't quite see who the two are right behind him.
That would be Mikey Dan Mann Sr. in the 98, and the next car would be Big Country.
There you go. And MF Brown is just a little ways back there behind Milton. I don't know what type of trouble he had, but he is way at the back of the pack also, as well as it looks like Wes Bowen is also.
Pro Hit pace car here in the 51 machine racing with THC Drip Rev. Pro had to go up the racetrack a little bit there as he didn't realize that the 08 was underneath him, and looks like we've come to a caution. Looks like this is going to be a manual because Jim Milton has got some nose damage. Checking in with some of the other guys back there. Who else was racing with Jim there? Probably the
Well,
89
Jim was
machine.
pretty much racing in the clear by himself. Um,
And Wes Bowen's by himself right now. Got a commenter already, Shion2242. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. It's XXION. We appreciate you tuning in tonight to our broadcast, and he's cheering on U.S. Trek Enterprise. So go get it, Trek.
there you go. So
So
tonight, Trek Enterprises in the 61 car. We'll keep it on them here off and on.
Focusing on
so
track
you,
as we speak
so
here.
you can keep up with the driver you like.
Pit stops get completed here. Let's circle around. Looks like Dark Knight is the first car out of his pit stall, but he's going to be beaten out.
He's beaten
Maybe.
out. Oh,
maybe not.
Throw away my McFlurry. These fuckers didn't put enough
okay, it looks like they're choosing their lanes at this point in time. Dark Knight is on the pole on the bottom line. Icy is above him in the front of row 2. Behind Dark Knight is Lando, and on the outside of Lando is Trek Enterprises, as they need to get gathered up here for the restart, which is coming up shortly here in the Tri-Oval.
Getting set to go back to Green Flag Racing, Dark Knight 27, 1974.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Dark got a tiny jump, not much, but it looks like a good, clean restart.
Good, clean racing as Dark Knight back out front with Playboy Icy taking a look on the top side. He's got the run and the push from Lando Extendo from the 68 machine. Off of turn 4. And it looks like Playboy may have gotten him at the line. But Playboy...
He could have, but they're racing hard up here. Going 2 wide, almost 3 wide, coming out of 2 onto the back stretch.
The other
Icy
green
goes down and takes the lead from Dark for sure.
THC Drip Rev looked like he's working his way back up through the field. A little bit of side-by-side contact there with Mikey Dan Sr. in the 98 car. Mikey Dan has he's been showing up for the last couple of weeks. Had a little bit of trouble at Talladega. Able to had a pretty solid finish last week at Auto Club Speedway. Looking to improve on that this week at Las Vegas as he is battling for the 5th spot. That is U.S. Trek Enterprise sitting in 4th spot.
Yes, it is, and he's right on Dark's tail trying to push him through the infield there. Oh, we have a car, I believe, number 69 in the grass infield. Number 89.
Wes Bowen, he said that he was hopeful that he could get a top 5. Looks like he's struggling with that a little bit this week as he's racing hard with Pro Race Car as well as MF Brown. Back there, it looks like for about the 8th position.
I'd like to know that we have TH Drip Rev has put himself back in the top 5 again and is still on the move.
Yep, that's right. Able to get around the number 47 car. Jim Milton there battling for 6. He's able to get around Big Country there.
Yes, I was going to say Milton is back in the mix from being out in the back of the pack. And it's good to see Country is still up here with these fellas and still has a chance to hang on. Except that I believe he did tap the wall coming around out of 4. Put him back a little bit.
Yeah, tough break for him.
But for right now, it looks like Icy and Dark Knight are pulling away a little bit from the 4 behind him.
Let's talk about that 61 car. US Trek Enterprise moved his way into 3rd and is now working to catch up to our 2 leaders, Playboy Icy as well as Dark Knight. That might have been... Was that the end of the stage? Yeah, that was the end of the stage. So
and it would have
Icy.
been to those guys, those 4 guys' benefit if they would have stayed drafting each other for the last 3 or 4 laps. But they didn't. They broke up, and I believe that's why these 2 were able to get away from them.
Well, still a very solid stage, first stage for US Trek Enterprise. One caution for this first stage. So not, well, yeah, two cautions, I should say. One manual,
2 cautions,
one in-game.
1 manual and 1 game caution, yes.
So, good run there. Congratulations to Playboy Icy getting himself a playoff point as well as 10 additional stage points to go towards his pursuit of the Hammer Down Racing Season 5 Xfinity Series Championship.
And here we go for the restart. We have Icy on the inside, Dark on the outside. Trek Enterprises in lane 2 with Lando outside of line 2. With Jim Milton inside of line 3, with Reverend THC Drip on the outside of Jim Milton. As they come through 2 on the backstretch.
You know, as of late, those Toyota can't, well, actually, these are Supras here in the Xfinity Series, but the Toyotas haven't really been strong showing as far as the last couple of seasons here in the Xfinity Series. Season 3, of course, being the series inaugural season. But here in Season 5, we got a couple of good, strong representatives in the Toyota camp, in Playboy Icy, as well as US Trek Enterprise.
That's very true, you know, and the Toyotas are going to have to step it up and show that they belong this year, I'm sure, not only in Xfinity, but in our Cup Series. And I think these guys right here are going to help their cause if they can finish it. If they both finish in the top 5, that'll bode well. Oh, somebody's into the infield wall.
That was MF Brown hard into the inside pit or inside wall at turn 1. And when you hit that wall, you're hitting that wall at a pretty good clip. So hard impact.
Thank God they invented Hans devices just for that very thing.
Exactly. Not only that, but the safer barriers that line the inside walls of these racetracks, with the exception of the pit wall, of course. But both Playboy Icy as well as US Trek Enterprise and Jim Milton trying to poke his nose in there.
Oh, yeah, he is. We got some hot and heavy racing at the front, folks. Don't go anywhere because they're definitely mixing it up front now. We have 5 or 6 cars in the hunt right here with 2 or 3 just right behind them trying to get in the mix.
You know, I just realized we haven't made our picks yet this race.
Oh, well, man, my pick is Icy. I'm going with Icy, and hope the kid pulls it out. I think he deserves one. He's had some bad luck.
Yeah,
He's
but you
had
see
some
that
great cars in the first couple of races this year. He had some bad luck. Didn't finish where he wanted to. I'm wishing him well and hoping that he gets this race tonight.
Yeah, but that black and yellow number 68 machine just made a power move down the inside of Trek Enterprise. That's Lando Extendo. I think that he's going to get 3 in a row this week.
Wow. That'd be huge, wouldn't it?
It would be huge. I also think that would be a first-time Hammer Down Racing thing. We got a crash out back. That's Jim Milton in the 9 Black Rifle Coffee Chevrolet. He hit the outside wall, spun into the inside wall, and spun himself around. So It looks like we are going to stay under green for right now. Just one car involved. Manual cautions only happen if there are two cars or more involved, and the game doesn't throw a caution.
Well, we have 5 cars up front that are fighting it out, but if Icy and Dark have their way, they're going to try to gain a little separation here. Although they're racing side by side, these gentlemen behind them got in line. They wouldn't be making up time on them, but I guess live and learn, huh?
Well, it's all
As
about
Trek and Lando get a little door-to-door there.
it's all about seeing who's the fastest. You know, you probably want the fastest guy leading regardless. But yeah, definitely get single file. Sort yourselves out so you can
There's a little
catch up the best way
touchy.
possible, and almost going 3 wide. That's THC Drip Rev. You know, these top 5 guys plus the 9 car of Jim Milton looks like they have the speed to get the win, at least in the short run, but we just haven't quite had a long run yet to see who has the prowess of long run speed as well as the ability to get onto and off of pit road cleanly through a pit cycle to see who who has the best overall package, so to speak.
Well, I'll tell you what, makes me happy to see that they race side by side for a couple of laps to show us that that top line works just fine. I know they're more back in a single file right now as Icy and Dark go high, but Lando's going low, seeing if he can make up some ground. And those 3 are now separating themselves a little bit from Trek and THC Drip Rev.
It looks like the preferred line through 1 and 2 being around the middle to the high side. Obviously, that has to do with the bumps going through the inside lane and a half to 2 lanes of turns 1 and 2 there. Biker, you racing in the several races here at Las Vegas between the Xfinity Series as well as the Cup Series. You want to talk about those bumps?
Yeah, you know, those bumps in 1 and 2 can toss the rear end of your car around. The next thing you know, you find your nose in the butter and you won't be too happy. And they kind of split in between the low line and the high line, as it looks like the leaders are taking to the pits right now.
Yep, green flag pit stops happening. The 51 of
Yeah, you got the 5, the 4, the 61, the 68.
Pro
and,
hit pace car,
47,
unfortunately spinning on pit
Big
road
Country.
entry.
And Big Country is pitting with them.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, those bumps are can toss you if you don't hit them smoothly. But the best thing to do is either to stay down low or go a little high. They're kind of in between both those lines. But sometimes when you're racing with other folks, it's just not that easy to miss them. And they will bounce you around, jar you around a little bit.
And there are ways of missing those bumps, as Playboy Icy will lead them off of pit road. There are ways of missing those bumps. However, you still have to find a way, as the 5 and 4 finally disconnect. That was because as they came off of pit road, their cars were merged into each other, and they had to be ghosted until that period of time. But
now my question is, I didn't see Jim Milton pit, but I seen him come around right in front of these folks exiting the pit. Would he happen to be the leader right now?
He might. It's hard. It's hard to tell. No, he is not the leader. Remember, he wrecked a few laps ago. So it's showing that Mikey Danman coming out of the pits right now, he came out of the pits as your leader, but Dark Knight Playboy Icy in the 5 is your leader, with Dark Knight in 2nd and Trek Enterprise there in the 3rd spot in the 61 machine.
See that? Lando lost a little time through those pits, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Checking in on Wes
Now, this
Bowen.
second stage is only 37 laps, so they get about 19 and a half laps of fuel. So if they took the whole fuel run, then they should just need this one pit stop, and I'm not sure exactly on what lap they pitted. Hopefully it was lap 19.
Actually, I think this is a 22-lap stage, because I'm watching Dark Knight stream, and there's only single digits as he crosses the stripe. Let me check one more time here.
It might
Yeah,
be. I
5 to
might have it a
go.
little confused with what the Cup cars run.
Yeah, the Xfinity Series typically does 25% for stage one, or 25% of the race distance for stage one, 25% distance of the race for stage two, and then 50% to finish out the race. So stage one should have been 25 laps, stage two about 22 laps, and then to finish out the race there would be somewhere around 50 laps.
Well, I'll tell you what. Icy is holding his own up front against Dark, but him and Dark are kind of moving away from the pack again. It seems like the longer we go under a green flag, the better these two guys' cars are, and they start slowly but surely, a tenth of a second a lap, start walking away from everybody else. Now Dark just got a little wall right there.
Yeah, he's
Kind of
trying
knocked
to.
him down to the bottom.
I think he
He's
was
trying to stay in the draft there.
I think he was trying to swing his car out as wide as he could, and misjudged the arc going into turn one there. That's why he hit that wall, as Lando out back there in third, going by the 61 of Trek Enterprise. But yeah, Dark Knight. Definitely no slouch here in the Xfinity Series. Remember, he is the inaugural Xfinity Series champion back in Season 3. So he knows a thing or two about how to wheel an Xfinity car in this game, as well as I think he won back in Season 3 as, is that MF Brown up against the wall?
I think so. He's just had a hard time.
Pro hit pace car with some damage as well, cycling around. Yeah, that's MF Brown. Not too bad for him.
He's just having a rough one out there today.
I think he's got some major damage getting up against the wall. Not entirely sure what's going on with that 16.
Well, we have Icy coming up on the 9 of Jim Milton. Kind of got a little loose right there. Or was that the end of the stage?
That is the end of the stage.
There you go.
So Playboy Icy sweeping the stages once again here in the Xfinity Series.
There we go. So my pick is looking pretty good at this point. Let's hope he can hold on for the long run. Stage 3.
So this next stage is going to be a long one. I expect probably 2, maybe 3 pit stops. What do you think are the chances of that there, Biker?
Of the chances of what there, Canute? I didn't quite get that.
Of there being 3 pit stops.
Well, you know, I don't know exactly how much gas these guys are getting. I would, it's going to be 50 laps. If they can get, 17 laps a run, then they're good to go with just 3. If not, we'll have a short lap, I'm sure.
I'm looking at...
So here we go.
This is interesting. I was watching... Oh, wait, no, never mind. That was something
And
different.
we are restarting with Icy out front, Dark on the outside in second, Trek Enterprise in third on the inside, and Lando in fourth on the outside.
Okay, so there's 53 laps in this final run to the checkers. So it looks like there will be a good long run. If it stays green, it'll be 3 pit stops for these Xfinity Series cars. Playboy Icy on the bottom, Dark Knight up top, leading the rest of this Xfinity's field. Lando.
Oh,
now,
Lando took a move down in front of Trek Enterprises and got right on Icy's bumper and gave him a little shove there. Looks like he's wanting to take it 3 wide. He's getting very aggressive here.
You know,
Controlled aggression.
I think that your pick, Playboy Icy, I think that's going to be a very, very strong pick. Perhaps even stronger than Lando Extendo, as Dark Knight has moved
Icy
into the
got a
lead.
little bit of the wall right there at Costin. And Lando got by him here on the bottom, but not completely. Icy as they go into the backstretch. Of course, we have the number 47 of Big Country was pushing Lando, and now he moved up to the top side, trying to go around him.
You know, one thing I don't think that we are going to see this week that we saw.
Oh! Looked like
Lando.
Big Country touched the wall and hit Lando, and it was over.
He's hard into the front stretch wall.
Doesn't look like, unless they come around here and let off the gas, start finish line, there's not going to be a caution for that.
No, I don't think so. There was only one car involved there.
Yeah.
So tough break for the 68
we got another
machine.
car spun out and around. I believe that was the number 89.
Yep, that's correct. That's Wes Bowen.
Wes Bowen into the infield. He's into the grass right now.
He sent a
Trying to
message
come
over
out.
Facebook saying that he
And
was suffering from some lag.
And here comes Lando. Right by him.
And 98
Looks
as
like
well.
they
Oh, we
are
have a
all
manual
slowed
caution.
down. They're all slowed down for a manual. He and Dark Light leading with Icy. Jim Milton, Trek Enterprise, Rev, Big Country going into the pits.
So this will be a big break for both the 89 as well as the 68 machines.
Exactly.
So they'll come down, take 4 tires, probably top her off with fuel.
Yeah, and you know, like tell everybody, Las Vegas is just not a 2-tire track. I'm sorry. You don't go into the pits here thinking you're going to take 2 tires and do something. You know, it's just not going to happen. You got to have 4 freshies on here each time. As you're getting ready, these guys' basic pit time is between 15 and 16 seconds before they roll out. I can see that Dark Knight, Rev, Milton, Icy, Dark, all of them trying to come out at the same time. Let's see who got it. Looks like Dark Knight got out first.
Yep.
Drip second. Milton third, fourth. Who was third? Icy?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't quite see there.
Yep,
Then
that's
Trek
correct.
Enterprises.
I see Jim Milton there in 4th in the number 9 machine.
Looks like Icy's going to take the top. They're going to go and decide top and bottom right now.
And yes, we do apply the choose rule here in the Xfinity series. Mikey Dan Sr. looks like he's going to be moving up top in the 98 machine, restarting in 6th, with Big Country starting behind him in the 8th spot. Getting set to go for yet another go here. Restart at the line.
We should be restarting right now, and here they go. And that's been a couple of real nice manual caution restarts. Got to hand it to these guys. They're doing a good job out there on those.
No, there was
But right now, you know, THC Drip right there on top of Dark. You can never count him out at anything. I'll guarantee you that. Jim Milton right there in 3rd place. Good for him because he was messed up there in the back for a while. Had damage.
I got to step away for a second. I'll be back as soon as I can.
No worries, no worries. Take care of your business. Okay, so in the meantime, we're breaking up. We're going 2 wide through 1 and 2. Dark Knight up high still has the lead. Jim Milton underneath. THC Drip here going down the backstretch, being pushed by Trek, but Milton decides to fall in back of THC Drip. You got Icy behind Jim Milton. You got Trek Enterprises behind Icy. And they're shuffling around quite a bit here. But right now it looks like it's dark and THC Drip up front. But I'm going to tell you something. This race is going to be tight. There's going to be a lot of action. These guys know exactly what they're doing, and they're not playing around. I can tell you that. So let's just kick back for a moment, relax, and enjoy the sounds of the Speedway. And that's how we turn it up here at Hammer Down Racing. Nothing like the roaring sound of these cars going around the track. It's a beautiful thing, isn't it? So right now, in the meantime, we still have some little dicey things happening here, but we have Dark up front, THC Drip behind him, Icy behind him, Jim Milton behind Icy, with Lando behind Jim Milton, with Trek Enterprises behind Lando, and that'll be your top 6, folks. Right now, it looks like THC Drip is trying to get on the bottom of Dark, but he's got a friend in the number 5 car of Playboy Icy that's helping him on the outside, as well as Jim Milton has a friend in number 68, Lando Extendo. They have now separated. Let's just relax back and just let you enjoy what's going on here for a moment.
Looks like we got some pretty good racing going on here as THC Drip taking a peek in the inside there, going for second spot on Playboy Icy. Lando down on the bottom there with Jim Milton up on top battling for fourth. Looks like Lando's going to take advantage and hold on to the fourth spot. Now going for third on Drip.
We were going to relax back for a minute, but since we're not relaxing back right now, I want to give our official sponsors a shout out. Yep, if you're hungry and you feel that you need to be full, you need to go to Vic's Pit Stop Barbecue and Pizza and get yourself a great deal today and walk out of there happy. In the meantime, if your car's not quite making it to Vic's and you need some work on it, please go to Diamond Jim's Auto Service Center. They service anything, and they've done some great works and got some great reviews. So again, those sponsors, Vic's Barbecue and Pizza and Diamond Jim's Automotive.
You know, you've got me craving a very thick piece of pork right now. Slather it with some barbecue
sauce. I have no
sauce.
comment. No comment.
But thank you
I
for
had myself a beautiful steak hoagie tonight, though. It was delicious.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. But yeah, thanks to those guys for sponsoring this series as Playboy Icy is able to take advantage and go past
Boy, it's
Dark
getting
Knight
a
for the lead.
little dicey with
Here
Icy.
goes Drip down on the bottom.
Milton below him. They're going to try to make it 3 wide here, coming out of 2 onto the backstretch. Oh, whoa, we got a little loose action. We got and Lando had lost it.
Oh,
And,
that's gonna
call the ambulance. Call the ambulance. Oh, it looked like Lando disappeared.
that's gonna be a
Lando
caution
lagged
for sure.
out. I think
Nope,
Lando just lagged out.
I'm checking. Nope, he's still there. He's back
He
behind.
flipped up in the air, hit the ground, and disappeared on my screen.
Yeah, he's still there. He's in front of the 98 and the 16 on my screen.
Oh, okay. God, I was worried there for a moment. Okay, so this does look like an in-game caution.
Yep.
Look at the beautiful scenery out here around Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Right there, tucked in between a few small mountains or a few tall hills, whatever you want to call them. It's pretty beautiful out here.
Yeah, those are
Um,
definitely mountains. Las
yeah,
Vegas ain't.
the nighttime is beautiful out here, isn't it?
Yep, it is. And then, of course, the backstretch is not far away from Nellis Air Force Base, home of the U.S. Thunderbirds,
There you
the Air
go.
Force demonstration team. As Lando Extendo now having to work his way from the back of the pack towards the front of this field behind Mikey Danman Sr. He's given the 98 car push, but not
It
really
looked
able to get
like
far right now. Meanwhile, back up front, Playboy Icy trying to hold off THC Drip Rev there on the bottom with Jim Milton in the 9 car hot on his heels. Jim may have tagged the wall there coming off of turn 4, but he didn't lose much speed, even if he did. Fantastic racing from these Xfinity Series boys. Yeah, we might see the occasional 3 wide, but yeah, we're definitely not going to see what we saw last week at Auto Club Speedway, where they got 6 wide. I tell you what, that's going to be something to talk about for seasons and seasons to come here in Hammerdown.
I was right behind that in 7th place, watching it. Okay, well, it looks like we have the pack of 5 again, moving away from a pack of 6, and we have MF Brown wipe out in the corner, up against the wall.
It looked like he and probably the 89 of West Bowen were racing side by side. Not entirely sure what happened there.
I think they were that close, but uh-oh, there goes Jim Milton, and that looked like a lag hammer right there.
Oh, I missed that. Oh, we've
Look
got
at
cars
that.
around in turn 4.
Cars look like it's lagging out because nobody's stopping for a manual, and there's no end game, and there's about 4 or 5 cars cleaned out.
Well, I think that when they come to the line here, there's definitely going to be a manual caution.
Okay, let's see what happens. I hope so.
But it's going to be Playboy Icy holding on to the lead. Dark Knight in 2nd right now, with US Trek Enterprise in 3rd, with THC Drip Rev there in 4th. Yeah, they've backed off for a manual caution. So, tough break there for Jim Milton in the 9, suffering a lag spike. Hopefully something that he can get sorted out here before too long. Looking at our schedule ahead, our next race is going to be not far away from here in Las Vegas. It's actually in the other diamond of the desert, Phoenix International Raceway, or Phoenix Raceway as it's called now.
Or, IRL Raceway.
Yep, that's correct. IRL, oh shoot, what was it called? ISM Speedway is what they used to call it. But yeah, Phoenix is next week for all 3 series, the Xfinity Series, the Cup Series, and the Truck Series, and you'll catch it all here on HDRS2. But first, coming up tomorrow at 9:30 will be the Hammerdown Racing Cup Series, where Biker, myself, Visceral Killer, and the rest of the Hammerdown Cup Series field takes on the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And then Saturday at 9:30, the Truck Series will be put to the test here as the Sliders Only Series here in Hammerdown will be going to battle here at the 1.5 mile trial.
And, those trucks do battle. Those trucks are solid, and a little bit of banging around doesn't hurt them. And, boy, that'll be a real exciting race, I bet. I bet for sure.
So
right now we're getting everybody out of the pits. We're getting them onto the backstretch. They're going to have the choose rule. They're going to choose low or high, line up, and get ready for this restart. I'd like to see us go a few more green flag laps here in the 3rd stage and what we've been going. It doesn't seem like anybody's being aggressive or doing anything they shouldn't be doing. It just seems like little mishaps little racing issues.
If at
Nothing
worst it's
big, nothing really to talk about.
At worst, it looks like it's a little bit of misjudgment on a couple individuals' things, but I don't think it's going to be anything to worry about as we get set to go back to green flag racing. Playboy Icy leading the field to green with Dark Knight in second. THC Drip up on the top side, giving Icy a push off into turn one. Now it looks like we have
Well,
about
he
20
just
laps to
dropped
go.
down in front of Dark Knight, and old Drip's wanting to take the lead. Oh, Dark Knight's going to try to make it 3 wide. Let's see what happens into turn 3.
Ooh,
They
this
are
could end in
3
tears.
wide.
So far, so good.
I
Lando
love
coming
these
back
guys.
around on the top side.
You would think that they're racing on the last lap, every lap here. Look at these guys go.
You know, I've been saying it. The Xfinity series is no slouch when it comes to racing entertainment. Last season it was a bit on the slow side, but right now it's showing its stuff. A whole bunch of talented racers in this series with some Cup regulars coming in to show the guys the ropes, so to speak, and to give these guys a challenge and something to race for.
Yeah, well, right now it looks like your man Lando has made himself get back up there to the front in 3rd place, trying to chase down Rev and Icy.
Nothing against the luck that Lando has had so far this race. I'm not sure that he has the car to keep up with the 5 machine of Playboy Icy. He and Dark Knight are just really, they're too good, so to speak.
Yeah, see, and I wanted to see how many laps we could go, green flag laps, because I have a feeling these two are getting about 1/10 of a second a lap from the people behind them, and if the people behind them can't stay in their draft, which you got Lando really trying to do right now, they're going to keep walking away further and further.
You know, you would think that the preferred line around this racetrack in turns 3 and 4 would be on the bottom, but it looks like that second lane is the preferred line, as all 4 of our leaders stayed right on that first seam there.
Well, if you look going through 1 and 2, there was nobody down on the white line there either. They were in the middle of the track, so maybe they found something out there.
Well, with the bumps in turns 1 and 2, that's completely understandable. But yeah, these guys definitely look like they have figured something out. As Drip taking a peek down on the inside, heading into turn 1. Not sure anything's going to hold there because that top line is really fast around this racetrack.
Well, I tell you, I don't know about anybody else, but I've moved up to the edge of my seat about 15 laps ago, and this racing is keeping me there. These guys are racing hard. They're racing clean. There's a little controlled aggression, you could say, but all in all, this is some real craftsmanship, some real great racing by these drivers up front here.
And look at this, Lando has reeled in the number 408 car of THC Drip Rev and bringing Dark Knight along with him. So a two couple of pairings there battling for position, now turning into 4 cars underneath a blanket. And I want to move back and talk about the number 98 machine of Mikey Danman Sr. He's sitting there in the 5th spot, holding off the 9 of Jim Milton, as well as the 61 of US Trek Enterprise. And those cars haven't been, they haven't been slow at all today. So good to see the 98 of Mikey Danman Sr. too.
Yeah, it kind of seems like to me, these guys go into the pits, and Lando took a little bit of the wall there and lost his spot. These guys go into the pits and they try to make these little minor adjustments. Sometimes the adjustment doesn't go the right way.
Pro race car around in the trial for there. Looks like he's back underway. MF Brown around as well. So looks like we're going to have a manual caution coming up here.
Well, I hope these guys can clean this up for the end of the race. It seems like this third stage has been troublesome.
Well, I think that once this little contact between the 68 and the 08, or excuse me, 68 and the 4. Not sure what happened there, and it looks like the 9 of Jim Milton has had found his way around the 98 of Mikey Danman Sr.
There you go. I'll tell you what, for these guys that are up in the lead and are separating from the pack, these cautions are very frustrating because now they realize they've got to do what they've done all over again.
So at the restart, I haven't been able to see who or how many laps are left in this race, but maybe I'll be able to catch it here as these guys make a pit stop. Probably with about 15, maybe 16 to go here.
I have no idea. I was going to say maybe 20, 25.
Well, I'll let you know here in just a moment. 19 laps remaining. It's going to be right on the edge of their fuel window. And in Hammer Down, there is no fuel saving. You use it all up, or you don't use it at all.
There it is.
So, let's see who has the best fuel mileage, or who has to come in and make a splash and go. Looks like it's going to be the 08 of THC Drip Rev leading the field off pit road, and he's going to get preferred lane choice and lead the field to the green next time by. So yeah, the 08 of THC Drip Rev, he's going to elect to take the outside, as well as Playboy Icy. And looks like Dark Knight is going to restart out in front of the inside line. Lando will be starting on the inside of row 2 as well. Big Country in the 47 on the outside of row 3, with Mikey Danman Sr. on the inside. Trek Enterprise on the inside of row 4, and it looks like the 9 of Jim Milton still suffering from a little bit of lag issues.
Yeah, there's something going on there.
Well, 89 suffering from some lag as well. As we go back to green flag racing, THC Drip Rev taking off. Yeah, that 9 of Jim Milton having some bad lag issues at the wrong time in this race.
So now all those times that THC Drip was trying to pass Icy, now let's see what Icy can do with him, as we have Dark going down on the bottom with Lando pushing him.
Icy got the wall a little bit.
And they both go by Icy and leave Icy back in 4th place with Big Country on his tail.
I'm on board with Icy right now. Dark Knight taking a peek down on the inside Alpha 2. I don't think he's got the run, though. Here comes Lando for 3rd. Not able to get up top there. So, Rye, as we call him here at Hammered Down, he is out front in the other black and green car. That's Dark Knight down on the bottom. Can he make it stick? Rev's got the run up top, and it looks like Rev is going to be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, and this top 5 has 3 Cup drivers and 2 Xfinity drivers in it. So
that's correct.
It's going to be interesting to see how this goes.
That's right. Rye leading. He's a Cup driver. Dark Knight is a Cup driver. Playboy Icy, as well as Lando Extendo, they are Xfinity drivers, and here comes Big Country down the bottom in that 47, making a move on Lando for 4th. Looks like we've got 13 to go at the line, as Rev and Dark Knight battle it out.
Let's see if we can run it clean the whole way. That'd be great.
Yeah, maybe get a little bit of pit strategy working in
Well,
here.
right now it looks like Icy's pushing Rye, and they're going to come out ahead of Dark. And then we're going to be able to get to see what kind of moves Icy's got for Rye, because Rye couldn't get by him when he was in front. Let's see if he can get by Rye.
Yeah,
Get some help.
that 5 car taking a peek to the outside. That middle lane's definitely where he wants to be. I'm wondering if Playboy Icy might have to give Rye a little bit of a push into the corner, get him a little bit out of shape,
Boy,
and
it looks
take away
like
his line.
Dark is, man, just making up some time underneath there.
Yeah, but that tighter radius, you still have to slow up a little bit for those bumps, and that takes away all your momentum.
In front of Lando.
Now Playboy's moving to the inside, going for the lead. Oh, hard in the
Didn't
wall.
quite get there. Got a little wall. We got 3 wide in the trial.
And Dark Knight is going to take the lead. Big Country's going to try and take second. A little bit of contact with Rye. But Big Country is through to second. Here comes Lando for third.
Boy, we have some jostling around, don't we?
That's right.
You think you were leading, and now you're not leading. And then you think you're leading again, and then you're not leading.
Oh, Big Country.
Oh, what happened there?
Looked
Who
like
got the wall?
Looked
Was
like
that Big Country? Or?
Big Country may have pushed Dark Knight up into the wall there. Dark Knight definitely tagged the wall, but Playboy Icy is through to the lead.
And to a pretty sizable one at this point.
Now, Mikey Dan, man, he just tagged the wall coming off of turn 2. He was going for 5th spot. That'll allow the 61 of US Trek Enterprise to make a move and gain a spot. So lots of wall banging. I'm wondering if a little bit of atmospherics playing a little bit into this race as the 68 and the 08 right on each other's heels, going through 1 and 2, electing to take the absolute high line. But yeah, they get a little bit of separation, and now Big Country's falling back into the clutches of Trek Enterprise. But Playboy Icy, with less than 10 laps to go, leads. Dark Knight running in second. Lando Extendo. Oh,
who was that?
That was a 47, I think.
I
Getting
couldn't
into
quite
Rye.
see who it was.
Dark.
Oh, did it take out Rye?
That took out Rye.
Oh man, he just doesn't have any luck.
No, between last week and this week, unfortunately, Rye just not having the race that he needs. So we'll go forward, get back up to the front of the field, and that's going to be a manual caution by the looks of things.
Well, then I know there's more than 5 laps to go.
Mm-hmm.
If
This
5
will be
laps
it.
or less, there will be no manual caution. So this will probably be the last one.
This
Probably
is
on lap 11 or 12 or something.
seven laps to
maybe.
go.
7?
Yep.
Boy, it's going a little faster than I thought.
So one more pit stop to decide it all. 4 tires, maybe a little splash, maybe no fuel at all. We'll see what happens, but definitely take 4 tires. If I'm Playboy Icy, go with that top side. Get as good a restart as you can, and pedal foot to the floor. Don't lift if you can.
Yeah, because that top side seems, whoever runs that top side seems to be coming out on the backstretch with some good momentum.
Mm-hmm.
Cannot be passed, so yes. Okay, so we're all into the pits for a pit stop. We're going to see who comes out first, who has the pit crew that's on their stick here near the end of the race.
And first out is going to be...
Dark's out of his pit, but you got Trek out, you got Icy out, Lando out.
I think it's going to be Dark Knight.
It looks like Dark, Lando, Trek.
No, not Lando. That's Dark Knight, Trek, and the 5 of Playboy.
Icy. I
Mm-hmm.
thought Lando was up farther than that.
Nope.
And so,
Lando's back there in fifth. With
and so
Mikey
you
Danman
got
Sr. in the
Mikey
fourth spot.
Danman with MF Brown. Come on, MF. You've had a rough race, man. Jump up in there and go
A
for it.
lot of these cars looking like they've had a rough race. I'd say that the cleanest car out there is the 5 car.
That looks pretty good, huh?
Death Before Dishonor checking in. How you doing,
Well,
Death? Thanks for tuning in to the end of the Xfinity Series race here. Look forward to racing against you tomorrow. Death is our pole sitter for the Cup Series race tomorrow.
yeah, it looks like Jim Milton is staying in the pits. He might have lagged out.
Tough break for that 9 car. He was so strong.
Yeah, he was. He was having, when he was racing in there without any lag or anything, he was doing really well.
So green flag coming out. Dark Knight, Playboy Icy, Trek Enterprise, Lando and Mikey Danman going to the green. Dark Knight has the lead, 5 laps to go. You know, this is a point where Dark Knight has to make his car as wide as possible to keep that number 5 machine behind him.
It's Ryan Newman time, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's to block everything on the track until I get across that start-finish line.
Oh, a
Boy,
little
we're
bit
getting
of
a little
argy-bargy
squirrely here. Hey, if they don't call, there's no more manual cautions, so the game doesn't call one. You're just hanging out to dry where you're hanging out.
Rise up into the wall. Tough break for him. He's going to fall back to 6 or 7. Jim Milton has DNF due to lag. Sorry, bud. You had a strong car. I thought you were going to get maybe a top 3 there. As
It looks like
Icy,
we have a big country lagging out also.
Tough break for country, too. But that 5 car has got his top line. And Playboy Icy to the lead. Here comes Lando for second on the inside of turn 3. Playboy Icy to the lead. 2 to go at the line.
And here we go, 2 to go, and he's got Dark Knight and Lando. They got him in their sights. Let's see what they're going to do.
Dark Knight trying to get as much momentum up off of 2 as he can. Playboy trying to break the draft, heading down the backstretch. Off of turn 4, coming to the white. 1.5 miles to go here at Las Vegas for the Hammer Down Racing Xfinity Series.
And right now, we'll tell you this is the Chase Bank 1 to go.
Lando
Do you think anything's going to change?
Lando's got to make a move around the outside.
They're going to have to make a power move here together.
No, I think the Playboy's got it. Playboy Icy gonna break the streak of Lando Extendo. He's gonna get the win here at Las Vegas.
There it is. Icy win. Sin City. That's great. I'm so happy for him, man. I know
win.
he's really been frustrated these last couple of weeks because he knows that he's got the car. And for him to get out here and take this race tonight, it makes me really happy for him.
What a win by Playboy Icy. Hey, Biker, you want to send a message in the Xfinity chat to Playboy Icy and go ahead and add him to the chat?
I'll add him to the chat. Let me see if I can send out. You just want Playboy, or do you want Dark too?
Let's get Dark. Just Playboy. We'll stick to just a winner.
Playboy Icy to the booth, please.
So what a win for Playboy Icy.
Yeah,
what a
that
finish!
Was some kind of a race there. Let me tell you.
Let me
I'm going to see and make sure he's in the booth.
find that 5 car. Got to remember the original driver's name is Miller. No, not Miller. Mills. There we are.
Okay, Playboy Icy has an invitation to the booth.
All right. So tough break for a couple of really, really fast guys there. And there is our winner, Playboy Icy. Holy cow, you had the car to beat. Did anybody have anything for you out there today?
Oh yeah, and you had a great race, and just so you know, I again picked you to be the winner, and to see you get to sweep the stages and to sweep the race after the frustration that's been going on with you for a couple weeks, I'm very happy for you, pal. Oh yeah, most definitely. Look at I seen that there was a part there in that third stage where you ended up back in fourth and fifth place. What were you thinking then after you'd been up front for most of the time? Oh yeah, you're right. You and Dark had some great cars tonight. Not to say that there weren't a couple other great cars at times. Lando had a good car. THC Drip had a good car, and at times we even had Trek Enterprises up front with you boys for a while in the second stage. But you definitely had the car of the night, and again. I'm very happy for you. I'm glad we could get you on here and talk to you in the booth. And just like Canute knows, before I go, I just wanted to give another shout out to our sponsors, Vic's Pit Stop Barbecue and Pizza and Diamond Gems Auto Service Center. So if you're hungry, need your car worked on, there you go. Again, hey, this is Biker. I'm living my life behind bars, and I'll see you next week here for the Xfinity race at Phoenix.
Thank you for joining us, Biker and Playboy Icy. Once again, congratulations. That should put you pretty solidly in the points lead now with that win locking you in, as well as sweeping the stages, getting that win, and Lando unfortunately not having the absolute best race. He did have a solid race, but it looks like it's going to be you two going for this championship here. Well, as long as you're having fun and running well, we're going to keep cheering for you here. You got anybody that you want to shout out before we end this broadcast tonight? And one more question. Are you ready for Phoenix next week? All right. Well, that's going to do it. Sorry, go ahead. That's right. So, we will call it a night here for the Hammer Down Racing Xfinity Series broadcast at Las Vegas. Congratulations once again, Playboy Icy, getting that win. And next week we will be going on to Phoenix International Raceway. But don't forget to tune in tomorrow here to HDRS 2. Catch the Hammer Down Racing Cup Series go at it. and Saturday will be the Truck Series race. Once again, keep that hammer down, and don't save anything until you get to that checkered flag. Have a good one, everybody.